Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome back to another video on system software and compilers. So, the topic is about predicting parsing table. So, let's dig into it. So, what exactly it is LL1 grammar? So, the predictive parsers can be constructed for a class of grammars called LL1 grammar. So, what exactly is LL1 is leftmost derivation, one input symbol at each step. So no left recursion or ambiguous grammar can be LL1. So the conditions of LL1 is grammar G is called LL of 1 if and only if whenever if A tends to A or B are two distinct productions of G. The following conditions hold. First one, first of A, first of B must be disjoint. This is to be able to deterministically guess the production. And the next one is at most of strings A or B can derive E, since first of A, first of B are disjoint. If A tends to E, then first of B and follow of A must be disjoint. So those are the conditions, and now let us look at the algorithm for the construction of parsing table. So if we look at the algorithm, so the input is grammar G and the output is parsing table M. For each production A tends to A, we must do the following. So first step is for each terminal A in first of A, add A tends to A to M of A comma A. So the first step is critical step. For each terminal A in first A, add A tends to A to M of A. And if E is in first of A, then for each terminal B in follow of A tends to A to M of A and B. So if B is dollar, then also add A tends to A to M of A comma dollar. If there is no production in M of A, then set M of A and A to error. So this is the algorithm for the construction of parsing table. Now let us look at the example of LL1. So I've considered this grammar, which is E tends to T E dash and E tends to plus T E dash or epsilon, then T tends to F T dash, T dash tends to star F T dash or epsilon, and F tends to brackets E ID. So this is a generated parser table for the string ID plus ID and then star ID. So the first column is of non-terminals and the remaining columns are of input symbols where the predictive parsing table is created. So the input symbols inside here are ID plus star braces and then the dollar symbol. If we look at the first row, this is E, so it's matching with E tends to T E dash, which is the first of E, and then E tends to T E dash. So both of the first of E is ID and then open braces. Here the first of E dash is plus and then plus. So the first of E dash is only plus and then epsilon. So E dash tends to epsilon and then E dash tends to epsilon. Then T, so the first of T is ID. So T tends to T E dash production is written over here. And the first of T is also the open braces. So T tends to FT dash is written over here. T dash, so the T dash tends to epsilon is the production here, and T dash tends to star FT dash over here in the star symbol, and then T dash tends to epsilon over here, the opening braces, and then T dash tends to epsilon over here at the dollar. So the first of F is ID, and then first of and then F tends to brackets of E is the first. So this is how you can create a predictive parsing table. Now, table-driven predictive parsing. A predictive parser can be built by maintaining a stack explicitly. The table can driven parser has an input buffer stack containing sequence of grammar symbols, passing table, and an output string. The input buffer contains the string to be passed, followed by $. Initially, the stack contains start symbol of the grammar on the top, followed by the $. So the predicting parsing table deterministically guesses the correct production to be used. And then if you look at the flow chart, first comes the table, next the parser, after that the stack, and then the input buffer. So this is for the stack. That is the flow chart for the predictive parser table. Now is the procedure of predictive parser. The current symbol of the input string is maintained by a pointer called IP. In every step, consider the set of AA, where A is the symbol which is pointed by the IP and A is the top of the stack. If A is a non-terminal, then see the table cell M of AA for the production. If M of AA is valid production, then pop the stack, push the production into the stack. If M of AA is error or blank, then report an error. So that is all you need to do. If A is an terminal, then pop it from the stack and also increment the input pointer IP to point the next symbol in the input string. The output will be the set of productions. The following example illustrates a top-down predictive parser using parser table, using the string ID plus ID star ID and the grammar which is mentioned LL1 grammar in previous slides. Thank you.